So here we are on the early first weekend in May, second weekend in May, and I just thought I've decided to do a monthly update on my herb garden, just to show myself and others who might be interested how things are going from month to month. Just gives me a bit of a record. I'm trying to learn more about how plants grow and the different plants that I've got growing, just so I can become a bit more confident. So lavender hasn't changed too much from last month. It's still going strong, which is really good. Mugwort, starting to get a few flowers on it up at the tips. This one has come up again from last year, so it kind of died back a little bit, and then he came back again. Let's try and get into some of the close-ups of some of the flowers. There we go. And across on this other side, my tansy, which has had a history of bug attack last year, but it's still going, which is good. I've planted some seeds in here, so a couple of weeks ago, so they've come up. Looks like most of them have come up. So it'll be interesting to see how they progress over coming weeks. Dandelion, which I've had to keep covered from chicken attack. I've mulched it a bit more. It's doing well. And this garden, really, part of the garden suffered quite an attack from the chickens. And so I've lost one of my plants in here. But you can see juniper's still there, going slowly. Goldenrod over there. Ashitaba keeps coming back. Kind of disappears a bit. Has a bit of an attack, comes back again. Calendula there, which is doing quite well. Close up of the goldenrod. It's grown a little bit. So everything, all the seedlings have grown a little bit, which is good. The meadowsweet. But I appear to have lost my betony, which was here. I think the chickens have well and truly attacked it. I'm having to come up with some sort of new cage effect, I think, for this one. It's too open and the chickens fly over the top. Over here, Withania has really come back. It's doing really well compared to last year. It's looking very tatty. It's looking much better. And down in here, I've got some couple of different seeds. So I think there's something come up from last year from a bit pre-drought. But I had planted some chamomile. Or scattered some chamomile, but there's still a whole range of seeds coming up over there. Now, as you can see, if you might remember, my rosemary over here was quite big and had overtaken. Pretty much took up this whole bare space, so it's been cut back really severely. But it's got some beautiful flowers on it. Get a close up of some of those. There we go. So it's doing really quite well. I've sprinkled something in here. I've kind of decided to try to sprinkle a handful of seeds and see what comes up. So hopefully somewhere underneath there. But this was all covered by that rosemary bush. So it's really had a severe cutback. But it seems to be doing well. I was kind of worried about cutting it back. My rue. And then I've scattered some seeds in there, but I only did that 2 days ago. So they won't be up yet. These ones over here were done about a week ago. Okay. All the pathways are mulched now. Or put out, which is good. So, what have we got here? The California poppy have really sprung up. They've had quite a nice little jump up. Still protecting everything from the chickens, of course. Lion's tail has really taken off. He's done really well. It's looking quite broken and sore and sorry when I planted him, but you can see now the kind of spiky bits that will be turning into flowers, hopefully. See, there's at the top of that. That's good. Come around the echinacea. It's come up nicely. It's looking fairly strong. Red clover starting to spread around a bit. Hoping that the red clover will spread quite a bit along here and take over almost this whole space. Another campaign. Looking really quite well. Bugs eating the edges, but it's growing, getting big. My valerian, still all curly leaves, so I don't know whether it's got a bug or something in it, or quite what, or whether it's still, that's just how it's going. I'm not sure, I'll keep watching that. I scattered some seeds in here. I'd scattered some chicory seeds, but looks like maybe if I step over here, that might just be one of those clover things. There's another couple of seeds. Every so often I see a seed or something kind of pop up, but nothing. Oh, there's a whole lot more there today, which weren't there yesterday. So maybe they've decided to make a move. And then hiding in here is my chia. Beautiful purple flowers. This one self-seeded itself from a plant that I'd originally planted, so that's nice to know. But again, covering it from the chickens. My upright rosemary, this one's doing really well. Give you a bit of an overview of the whole bottom end. That's all being cleaned up, and I'm cleaning up down the end. Haven't planted the toilet seats yet. Got quite a bit of space. All this garden's all now being cleared out. Getting ready. So I've got some seeds in the freezer at the moment, scarifying, that's what they call it, and I'm planning on just scattering them out and seeing what comes up in about a week's time. It might be the wrong time of year, but I'm still learning. This is another withania, so this one is actually younger than the ones on the other side. Now, as you can see, this one, slightly smaller, still smaller leaves, and it's starting to get its flowers. Look, beautiful little flowers that will turn into berries, and it's the berries that I use. Lemongrass, aloe all flowering. Gradually clearing all this, so this will all be mulched out. That water tank over there will be planted. I'm going to be looking at planting something in the tyres through here. Replanting all of this area. We'll get there slowly. Let's come and have a look over here. So yeah, this is the area that I'm going to turn into a nice little sitting area. I'd scattered some hyssop and a few other things in hyssop and yarrow in here, but it looks like at this stage there's only the two little somethings coming up. Can't see anything else. So that was a couple of weeks ago, so maybe something will come up soon. If not, well, I'll try again. Hiding in the bed over here, which is got a hops, so eventually the hops, I'm hoping, will spread up over, and I'll be able to string it and run it along the fence line. But as you can see, another bed getting ready to be made into a bed. Okay, over to this one. So these are all newly done last month. And they're all doing well. The Chinese VTEX over the back, which I'm hoping will come up into a tree. My dandelion. So this was planted at the same time as the one up the other end, so it gives you quite an... It's interesting to see how different plants, like the same plant, does differently in different parts of the garden. So this one's already getting ready to open up its flowers. Turn into those beautiful dandelions. Okay, so this one's mislabeled. It's not St. John's wort. This one is skullcap, local skullcap. So it was meant to be in the front of the garden, but I put it in the wrong place. But it will spread out, I'm hoping, and make a sort of ground cover. Here's the St. John's wort. Still going, which is good. And another echinacea. So this one again is being a bit slower than the other one. So again, the difference that it makes planting in different parts of the garden. I did have a vervain in here, but the chickens managed to get in under all that wire, dug everything up. But fortunately, the only one I lost is the vervain, so I'll have to replace it. There's another calendula, clary sage, go to collar, sage, so the ordinary sage. And across here, there's the So first of all, let's have a look at the gypsy wort. Still going strong. The native violet. Aim is to have it spreading across and making quite a nice little ground cover. So think of a bath mat for the bath. And so these ones, which came up from seeds, as you can tell, they're not actually a weed, they're a thistle, milk thistle. So they have done quite well, but I've kept them in the bathtub to try and keep them contained in that area. They've actually shot up. I guess this is kind of why they're a weed. Like, they seem to have done really well in there. Wormwood managed to survive the drought, so that's nice. And finally, let's have a look at the marshmallow and the lemon balm. So they were quite small when I put them in, just little seedlings a month ago. You can see the lemon balm's doing really well. And I thought I'd lost one of my marshmallow, but they've both managed to come up. So I'm hoping soon to be able to take the cage away from here so that they'll be able to spread and grow free. But still got to keep them protected from the chickens. We'll see how we go. So there we go. Little view of the fog over the mountains at the moment. It's 8 o'clock. You can hear the school bus in the background. But still quite foggy. Clouds still coming up over the mountains. And hopefully next month I'll have my little sitting area all organised and worked out and tidied up. Okay, bye.